So we're now in my neighbourhood. This is St Peter's in Islington, just near Angel, and we're going to just take a quick look at low traffic neighbourhood elements that we have around here. So this is a modal filter within the St Peter's low traffic neighbourhood. It just goes over the canal here, and basically what this does is it stops through traffic from cutting through the neighbourhood, but as you can see, cyclists can still pass through, pedestrians can still pass through. This road has changed massively since this was implemented. This used to have thousands of cars going down it, and now you can see it's basically cyclists, pedestrians, but over there you can see someone still making a delivery, so like cars can still get where they need to go, but you just have this amazing, peaceful, tranquil atmosphere whenever you're inside a low traffic neighbourhood. So there's over 500 school streets in London. This is one right here. Extremely simple. You just have the signage and cameras that restrict vehicles from going onto the school street at pick-up and drop-off time. I think it's around a £60 fine, so about $80–90 if you go through there. Wow. And that's just automatically issued, so people are pretty compliant. So this is another modal filter, but what's different about this is it's purely camera controlled. So as the previous one had a bollard in the row, this just has cameras enforcing it. And what's really good about that is that you can allow ambulances, garbage trucks, buses to pass through, no problem. Also, if you notice on the sign, it says accept permit holders STP. And so that is an exemption that allows very specific residents who have a parking permit to pass through this. So basically, you're allowing the residents who really need to get through to pass through, but all of the other traffic is removed. We've just been standing here 5 minutes and we've just seen 2 accessible buses go through that are used for helping disabled people get around the neighbourhood. And that's what's really amazing about this type of modal filter. And as you can see, like this used to be a pretty busy street, and now, you know, we can stand in the middle of the street, absolutely no worries whatsoever. Okay, so this is a really simple intervention. You used to have a road that cut through the park here, and basically what they did as a part of the low traffic neighbourhood was close this road down completely, so reconnecting both sides of the park. And then a really sort of cheap intervention is just creating these rain gardens, adding some of the planters and seating back there, and having a cut through for bikes as well. So this is a modal filter, but also functions as a public space and part of the park. Okay, so just another example of the kind of treatments of street you can do within an LTN. So here we have cobblestones in the middle, but then we've got bike paths on both sides with smooth. So cars have to drive over the uncomfortable cobbles, while bikes get a lovely smooth route on either side of the road. And it basically functions as a shared space, like because again we're in an LTN, volumes here are really low. So you've got narrow pavements or sidewalks, so people just spill out into the road and, you know, you negotiate space like we're seeing right there. Here we're at the boundary road between 2 low traffic neighbourhoods. And so what was done here is that you actually have a modal filter on both sides of the road, and you have the boundary road, but a cyclist priority crossing. So what that means is you can be cycling in a low traffic neighbourhood, like here, and then you just cross over the boundary road with the crossing, and then you continue on your way in the low traffic neighbourhood. This is a relatively new design where drivers always have to give way or yield to cyclists. One amazing benefit of low traffic neighbourhoods is that you take out the through traffic and you immediately create a really comfortable environment to cycle, like where you can ride together like we are here, side to side. And oftentimes on cycle tracks it's just too busy to ride like this in such a relaxed manner, and there's a really massive benefit of LTNs. We're here on Old Bethnal Green Road. So what we've got here is a really nice new modal filter with public space and bike lanes that are going through on both sides. And then on the high street back there, they've really widened the sidewalks. It's become one way only with a contraflow bike lane. So what that means is that you've still got access for the businesses, but really good permeability for cyclists, and just a really peaceful, calm environment that sort of supports this local shopping street. Pedestrian permeability, that's really important for a vibrant street, is that you want to be able to get to the businesses without thinking too much, and having that quiet sort of street environment really allows for that. So you don't really get stop signs very commonly in the UK. In general, we just have give way markings at junctions. So for biking, that's really great, because it means you don't have to make those annoying full stops whenever you come to a junction. You just got to give way for pedestrians, give way to anyone with priority, and then you can just keep moving. And then we'll only have stop signs in really exceptional circumstances where there's a high sort of danger at the junction.